Hello everyone, I'm Dennis Maluanag. In this presentation, we'll be discussing the art and technique of conducting compelling radio interviews. Our module, titled Interviewing for Radio, will be presented in four parts by our group. In part 1, I will discuss the types of broadcast interviews and various interview formats. Following that, Rose Operano will handle part 2, focusing on planning the interview. In part 3, Ina Claustro will cover preparing interview questions, using notes and concluding the interview. And to wrap it up, in part 4, Mark De Zambrana will provide reminders for conducting a successful radio interview. By the end of this module, we're expected to be able to identify the various functions of radio interviews, understand the different types, and apply effective interviewing principles specifically tailored for radio broadcasting. Let's begin this presentation. First, let's examine the power of radio interviews. Unlike reading a quote in newspaper, listening to someone on the radio allows the audience to hear the emotion, tone, and inflection in their voice. This brings a level of authenticity and authority that written words often fail to convey. A radio interview is more than just a conversation. It's a tool for extracting information, sharing perspectives, and engaging the audience. Through interviews, we can add depth to our programming, bring credibility to our broadcasts, and connect with our listeners on our personal level. Radio interviews serve multiple purposes. They add variety and keep the content engaging. They lend credibility and authenticity to what we broadcast. Moreover, they're easy for the audience to consume, add human interest, facilitate listeners' participation, and bridge the gap between experts and the public. Generally, there are three types of interviews according to source, purpose, and format. Interviews can be categorized based on their source. For example, man-on-the-street interviews are a type where random individuals in public places are asked for their opinions or reactions, typically about current events or popular topics. These interviews are valuable for capturing a wide range of public perspectives, offering a snapshot of societal views at a given moment. On the other hand, expert interviews involve individuals with specialized knowledge or expertise in a particular field. This could be academics, professionals, or anyone with significant experience or insight into a specific subject. The purpose of these interviews is to provide the audience with in-depth and authoritative views. Interviews based on purpose. Personality interviews highlight an individual's experiences and personal stories, giving a closer look at their life or career. Expository interviews are more about exploring topics in depth, where the interviewer digs into specific subjects to get detailed information and insights. Meanwhile, opinion interviews are about understanding different viewpoints. They ask people what they think about various issues, providing a range of perspectives. Now let's look at interviews based on their format. One-time interview. This type wraps up in a single session. It's concise and focused, covering the topic in one go. Serial interview. Used for broader topics. This format breaks the interview into parts or subtopics, spanning several episodes. It allows for an in-depth exploration of complex subjects over time. Spot interview. conducted right at the location and time of the event. This format captures immediate reactions and on-the-spot insights. News interview. These are brief segments typically embedded with news articles, providing quick statements or comments related to the news story. As we conclude, remember that being an effective radio interviewer involves understanding these various types, purposes, and formats. It's about connecting with your interviewee and audience to create something informative, engaging, and authentic. Next in our 4-part series, we have Rose presenting. She'll focus on how to effectively plan a radio interview, guiding us through the key steps and strategies involved. Thank you all.